Honorable Hassan has also asked me whether I feel demoted, whether I feel, this is quite interesting. You know, Honorable Chair, when I first appeared here in this same hall, sitting at this same chair in October 2022, and I was being vetted for the position of Cabinet Secretary. Honorable Hassan, you may want to know that a question was posed to me during that vetting on whether I felt I had been sent to the wrong ministry. Because the general sentiment in the committee at that time was that I should have been sent to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And the question was posed to me as to how I would find motivation, because I had just come from the foreign space. I had served at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I had just completed my task as head of international relations for our presidential candidate. And so it was almost expected that I would be named Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs. But I assured the committee at that time that I come from the school of thought best exemplified by the words of Martin Luther King, the immortal words of Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King says that if it is your commission to be a street sweeper, that is what God has ordained that you do with your life. Sweep the street so well that even the hosts of heaven would have no choice but stop and wonder and marvel and say, behold, there lives a street sweeper here, who sweeps streets so well, it reminds me of the poetry of Shakespeare, the music of Beethoven, and the creativity of Michelangelo. That must be quite a street sweeper. That philosophy is about grasping any task handed to you and giving it your all. That is my philosophy. And so see, I was sent to the Ministry of Sports, and I believe that in less than 2 years, I elevated that ministry to one of the most phenomenal ministries in this country. Today, all talk in Kenya is about Chan, AFCON, Talanta Sports City. I sit back and say, behold, what a street sweeper. The street sweeper who brought Chan, who brought AFCON, who brought Talanta Sports City. And I am just happy that I had the opportunity to serve in that space and put my best foot forward and have helped my country to rise to a certain level in that space. So, am I feeling like I might struggle to reset my sails, Honorable Chair? Honorable Chair, the United Nations is the collective conscience of humanity. This is where the world converges to find solutions to the most phenomenal challenges of peace and security, challenges of poverty and hunger, challenges of climate change and environmental degradation. The UN is the focal point of finding solutions to these challenges for humanity. The United Nations office in Nairobi is only one of only four offices that coordinates operations of the UN globally. You have Nairobi, you have Geneva, you have Vienna, you have New York. So it is a critical diplomatic station, absolutely critical. The United Nations Environmental Program, or UNEP, today is seized off the most critical agenda to address what is an existential threat to humanity. Would I consider being handed an assignment to represent Kenya in that space a demotion? No. I would consider it a reassignment to a different role, a different responsibility. I believe I'm almost tailor-made for this position, given my learning, my intellectual capacity, my experience, my exposure, my globalness. I believe that this is a role that I would execute very well. I would not require any extra motivation because of what I believe the UN and UNEP to be, to the world and to the country. And let me also disclose to you, Honorable Chair, and the committee and the public, that I consider it to have been honorable and respectful and protocol that His Excellency the President invited me to a sitting to discuss this responsibility before it was made public, which I want to thank His Excellency the President for that. And I know exactly what His Excellency the President expects of me in that role because he personally explained it to me.